Let's go to page 10. Now, as you know, when it comes to page 10, most people will tell you when you're writing a screenplay, that is your moment of truth. By page 10, every reader is pretty much going to know how good you are as a writer, how good the script is. You really can't save it if you haven't caught their attention by page 10. How does Diablo Cody do this? Well, she does this really cool. It's a scene where Juno and her friend Bleecker are talking. And basically they're talking about the fact that they had sex and possibly it was a mistake. And she says to him at the end of this scene, you'll see, I'm really sorry I had sex with you. I know it wasn't your idea. And Bleecker says, whose idea was it? I'll see you at school, okay? She says. She mounts her bicycle and waves before riding off. And Bleecker says to nobody in particular, whose idea was it? Great, great scene. Great page 10, because what do I want to know? What do you want to know? What does the audience want to know? The audience wants to know more about this event because obviously this is a cool thing. Whose idea was it? You know? Good stuff, good stuff. So remember, your page 10. Do you have something like that on there, you know? Okay, this is good. I like this. And this is kind of a spec script sort of thing. Page 11, second paragraph, you'll see she grabs a dilapidated physics book. A few pages slip out. Steve Rendazzo, the same asshole who harassed her as she walked to the drugstore, passes by in the hallway. Now, you remember the skateboarders. He was probably one of the skateboarders, but they must have cut that scene. Remember the omits and stuff like that? So this kind of stayed in there, and this character probably had more that they shot, that they cut. But it is interesting. And I always liked when a reader is prompted to remember something. I don't think that's bad at all. Readers read tons of scripts, whether it's an agent or a manager or a producer or Steven Spielberg for that matter. They read lots of scripts. And it does not hurt to hint about, to remind them rather, at certain points, especially where it's important like here. But it is interesting that it was still left in here and yet it wasn't in the movie. So it was cool. A little bit farther down, you see he high-fives his clatch of buddies and moves along. Clatch. Good word. Good word. I looked it up just to make sure I knew what it was and, you know, that kind of thing. But it sounds nice. Doesn't it sound nice? A clutch of buddies. It just sounds good. And I don't think writers a lot of the time read their stuff out loud. That's a good thing to do. Not necessarily, to make sure that the dialogue sounds right, but just so that when you say a sentence, whatever sentence you put in here, it kind of rolls off the tongue. You want it to roll off the tongue, you know? Makes it easier for the reader.